So you want to create content to get you more leads and clients. You see everybody doing it, so you want to get in on the action too. But do you feel overwhelmed by all the content creation advice that you see out there? One guy says this, the other guy says do this. And even if you have some sort of management system to manage all of your content ideas and creation process, you still feel burned out at the end of the month and give up. Content creation doesn't have to be a guessing game or a giant pain in the ass. I'm here to share you 5 common content mistakes that businesses always do to repel leads, and I'm gonna give you a simple content strategy that you should just do instead. Hi, I'm Helmi, founder of Helmi Hasan YouTube Funnels. I previously have a personal finance YouTube channel at around 8K subs. I also have a TikTok parenting account at around 9K subs, a Twitter account at around 13K followers, and my current YouTube channel about YouTube sales funnel at around 4K subs, teaching businesses how to use YouTube to get more clients organically. By the end of this video, you'll have a simple, repeatable content creation system so you can constantly create content that attracts leads so you can make more money and therefore grow your business. So if you skip this video though, you'll continue to spin your wheels going absolutely nowhere. So the first common mistake is that a lot of business owners blindly follow what other people are doing in terms of content. So the problem with this is that you look at your competitors, they're doing this type of video or this type of content, and you kind of copy them, but they have their own agenda. You may not necessarily know exactly what they're up to. They're probably creating some sort of funnel. So that piece of content that they're doing is probably part of a traffic generating mechanism so they can channel traffic to some sort of offer on the back end that you can't see. But maybe that's not what you're doing, so there's no point for you to copy that because you two have different goals. Well, that's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is that you want to copy that guy because you think he knows what he's doing. But the reality is that maybe that guy also don't know what he's doing. He's copying another guy because he thinks that guy knows what he's doing. But the funny thing is that guy too maybe have no idea what he's doing, so he probably copies some other guy. So it's a simple case of the blind following the blind, really. The other thing why you don't want to blindly copy what other people are doing is because you will look like a giant unoriginal copycat loser, and that's not the personal brand that you want to build for yourself. Here's what you should do instead. Number one, you got to start with your offer. Like, what is the thing that you're trying to sell? I help what? Achieve a tangible thing within a certain time frame. That's your offer. So next, you got to figure out ideally who is the best person to buy this offer that I'm selling. Which brings me to the next content mistakes a lot of people do is they don't know their ideal client profile. They have no clear target audience in mind. The problem with this is that a lot of you guys use some sort of tool like vidIQ. You have an idea, okay, how to do this, how to do that. So you type that into vidIQ and then it shows, oh, this is very competitive. Maybe you don't want to do this. So what you end up doing is that, okay, maybe I find like some related keywords and you go down the rabbit hole to find another keyword that is easier to rank, which has a higher vidIQ score, for example. But you end up doing weird content that has nothing to do with your offer because quite frankly, every keyword is competitive nowadays. Here's what you should do instead. You need to write down or use ChatGPT to help you with this. Like number one, who is your past client you can get results for and you are actually happy working with? Very important. What are they trying to do in relation to your offer? What were their pain points or limiting beliefs preventing them from getting the results that they want? And then 4, what was the tipping point or the trigger for them to start searching you up to find a solution for this? So you sit down, write this down, ask ChatGPT or whatever AI software of your choice to help you with this, but don't rely on it, right? Because the best one is actually you need to go find your past client. Conduct a market research interviews with your past client or potential new client. Like, hey, I'm running this market research in exchange for like some consulting or whatever you can give for free. And then you ask them the questions there, like what were you facing? What was the biggest problem? That's where you know exactly what problem they're facing. So your content is basically long form in-depth YouTube videos and then FAQ style shorts answering each and every one of these problems and objections. So now you have a long list of content of what you need to do. Should you be doing everything as quickly as possible? Which brings me to the third common content problem most businesses do, which is they focus on quantity over quality. This means is that you create subpar content just to fill up some sort of content calendar that you got to do every week. Like there's some sort of KPI. Oh, I got to post like 3 times a day because some guru tells you got to do it. So what will happen is that you will cheapen your brand. You will look like an amateur, not an authority. Here's what you should do instead. You need to do content pillars. Here's what I mean by this. You need to identify your ideal client profile. They're trying to escape from somewhere and they're trying to arrive somewhere here. Your offer is helping them get from here to here. Okay, so what is that? For example, for me, I'm a YouTube marketing agency. They're not getting enough leads. They don't have any authority online. After they work with me, they're gonna get clients booking from YouTube without any ad spend or cold DMs because people know them as an authority. That's their arrival. So my service is getting them from here to here, but there's actually a lot of steps in between. You have to identify what are the individual steps in between the escape and the arrival that you have to do to get your client from here to here. So that's basically your offer broken down into steps. So what I do for my clients is a lot of them, they don't even know what video to make, right? So the first thing I help them with is the ideation. Then help them with scripting. Then maybe some of them are not so confident on camera. I help them with camera confidence. Then I help them edit the videos. Then I'll help them design the thumbnails. Then I'll help them manage their channel. So you see, there's all these stuff that I can do. All the individual stuff you see in the middle here, these are my content pillars. So I can elaborate each and every one of these to give me even more content ideas. Now you know already like how to come up with ideas, how to script, how to camera confidence, how to edit the videos, how to do thumbnails, how to manage their channel. Within this, you can also have subcategories. So now you even have more video ideas, right? Now, each and every one of these pillar contents can have subcategories like these. I'll give you an example. Let's use the first content pillar, which is ideas. The first one is how to. This is very simple, like how to come up with video ideas for your YouTube channel. And then we have common misconceptions. Everybody thinks they have to copy big creators' video ideas, but I'm going to tell you why that's wrong and what you should do instead. So that's common misconception. Limiting belief. Oh, I'm not creative enough, or I'm not original enough to have good video ideas, so I'm not going to do videos. I'm going to tell you why that's wrong, and here's an easy way to get video ideas that will blow up your channel. Limiting beliefs. Your aha moment. I used to think getting good video ideas to blow up my channel is extremely hard until I found this one simple, repeatable method. Here's what it is. That's my aha moment. Tips and tools. They'll be like, here are 5 tips I use to easily come up with video ideas anytime. Or here are 3 free tools or paid tools that I use to come up with banger video ideas. So you see, so each and every one of these will go through this filter. Therefore, you just have this giant web of content ideas. So now you go from like, I don't know what to post to like, now you know exactly what to post, but you don't have enough time and capacity to post all this stuff. Now you're all fired up. You probably signed up for like a content management tool so you can post all your content everywhere. But if you do all this content and then you post everywhere, most business owners get burned out after only 1 month. Which brings me to the 4th common content mistakes that a lot of business owners do, which is spreading yourself too thin. The problem is you don't have to be everywhere. You don't have to follow the advice of the bigger creators that you idolize because they have the budget to hire a big content management team to manage all this for them. If you are a single business owner, you don't have that capacity or resource. So don't copy what they're doing. They're on a different financial lane than you are. Stay in your lane. And most likely, a lot of my viewers, they're a little bit older. You probably have family, you probably have a life. So here's what you should do. Instead of trying to be everywhere, copying the big creators that you idolize, just focus on one. I personally think that one place should be YouTube. So let's take a look at this graph of how to repurpose content. So once you have the YouTube videos, you can use AI tools to extract video footage from the long form videos into shorts without you having to do much. It's just like one click. All right, so some AI tools can help with this. When you do a long form video, you most likely have a script. A script is at least some bullet points of what you should be talking in the video. If you expand on that, that could be your email newsletter. And then you can repurpose the thread into like a carousel. You can post on IG, X, or LinkedIn. Now, you shouldn't be too hung up if you cannot do all of this because it is a lot of work. So just focus on one thing if you feel overwhelmed, which I think is YouTube. Because if you do YouTube right, the clients will book a call with you from YouTube. And that's the biggest ROI you're gonna get. Now you got all your ducks lined up and you're pumping out massive amounts of content. How do you know if your content's even working or not? Which brings me to the last and 5th common content strategy mistake most businesses do, which is they don't know what to track. So the problem is a lot of you guys measure vanity stuff like views, likes, click-through rates. I think none of that really matters. It's because when you're a business owner, you're not trying to go viral all the time. You're trying to appeal to a very specific demographic. So here's what I track. I just look at the amount of book calls that I get. If you use Calendly, TidyCal, whatever, I have a question in there. I ask them, where did you book this call from? And then there's a list that they can pick: YouTube, email, whatever, LinkedIn. And then from the stats, I get 80% of my book calls from YouTube. So therefore, it makes sense for me to just reinvest in more YouTube videos rather than me trying cold email or whatever that I don't know what the result's going to be. But I'm already getting results from YouTube, for example, like double down on that. So these guys that book a discovery call, which is the free call, first thing I say, hey, thank you for booking a call with me, Mr. Client. Before we jump into the free consultation call, I just wanted to know, where did you found me from? And then they're going to say, oh, I was on YouTube, I was searching for this phrase, and then I found your video. So then you know that keyword is what he searched for. Therefore, you need to do more videos about that keyword. And then ask them, do you remember which particular video that you found me? A lot of them say, yeah, I think I watched this video, and then I binge watched that one, and then this one. So that gives you an idea, like, okay, the playlist works, the call to action at the end of your video works, and that's how you know if your content is working or not. You just have to ask them. So there you go, that's it. A simple, effective content strategy that any business owners can use to get more inbound leads and clients. You're not trying to go viral because it is not sustainable. You want to be consistent. You want to do this for the longest time. You need to show up. You need to provide value. And having this simple system will make you want to stick with it longer. Therefore, you will get more clients and scale your business. Okay, so let's recap here. Number one, don't blindly follow others. Number two, have a clear person who you're creating content for. Number three, focus on quality rather than quantity. If you can't meet your content schedule, no biggie. It's not the end of the world. Don't worry. Don't post it. Post it only when you're happy with it. Number four, don't spread yourself too thin. Just focus on one or two places. I personally think that should be YouTube. Lastly, you should know the metrics that you should be tracking and forget about the rest. So now you have a solid content strategy for your business. The next thing you probably want to know is how to use this content strategy within an even bigger sales funnel strategy for your business. So this content will bring the views, and then from the views, you want somebody to do something, and then from that something, you want them to book a call with you, and then from the book a call with you, become your client. All of that, the funnel, like the bigger picture. If you want to know the whole thing, watch this video right here. My name is Helmi. See you in the next video.